let's talk cricket. This time I want to talk about something interesting, something that most teams are concerned about. India in particular had their greatest reservations about it. Lots of people kind of look forward to it, and it puts the umpires under plenty of pressure. I was very nearly saying pleasure, it's pressure. The third umpire struggles big time when this happened, and this is DRS, the Decision Review System. Now, I want to first compliment the ICC for some of the steps they have taken, and I like the idea of the fielding side not losing a review when it is an umpire's call. That's because on most occasions, let's take an LBW. If the ball's hitting the wicket, you've got to be out unless it's pitching outside the leg stump. Of course, there are little technicalities that comes into it. Then they also gave a certain percentage to technology. So as a result of it, they're quite willing to allow the fielding side to retain that call or retain that option. So that is fine. But how many games, the number of series that could have possibly been decided on a DRS? Matches could be decided on a DRS. It's turning out to be that crucial, that critical. If you talk to some of the former cricketers who played in the era before DRS, they would say that they could have got a bag full more wickets if the DRS was there. Graham Swan used to be very vocal and strong about that. He once told me I would have got another 100 wickets if I had DRS, but then that's history. But today, I want to focus on the Australia-India series and one particular dismissal. Now, India lost the series. I'm not going to take anything away from Australia. Very well done. Congratulations. A new team. But take a look at this clip that we are about to show you, and this will tell you a story. You need to take a very close look at the catch. The wicketkeeper's first asking for a stumping, and then he's convinced it touched the bat. And look at the lines, look at the distortion on the lines. The thing is, what gave it away as far as the third umpire is concerned is that there was distortion before the ball touches the edge and distortion even after the ball passes that bat. So he was kind of thinking and influenced by the fact that there could have been other sounds than the edge on the bat, and therefore the decision went against India. Take a look at it. Take a look at the reaction first of the wicketkeeper. Take a look at the reaction of Virat Kohli. They don't believe it. But I think the umpire's decision makes a lot of sense. You know why? Because obviously the distortion tells you that there was a sound before the ball hit the bat and a sound after the ball passes the bat. So how can you go on sound and give a batsman out? Though it turned out to be very, very, very critical from an Indian point of view. Had that wicket been taken, I think India had a great chance of winning. So on this score, my question is, why was DRS first introduced? It was, they say, to get rid of the howler. To me, I thought DRS meant to protect the on-field umpire. The decision of the on-field umpire can be or cannot be overturned, or can be overturned, could be changed if there was conclusive evidence. That was the first thinking behind the DRS, and then of course things have started to improve. But I feel, if you're referring it to the third umpire, if you're referring it to technology, then there has to be a good chance of that decision being accurate. It's not about conclusive evidence to overturn an umpire's decision or not. It's about what the third umpire sees. This is what I feel. So I believe if you have DRS, you need to have all the tools. You need to have the hotspot, you need to have the snicko, you need to have everything. Now, one thing that India hasn't done in this series is they haven't opted for hotspot. Now, I believe that now in hindsight looks a big mistake, because had the hotspot indicated that there was some touch on the bat, then the sound wouldn't have mattered. But here, it was a total dependency on sound. And sound can be very distorting. And you can pick up sounds, you can pick up the wicketkeeper's sound, you can pick up some sound, and the distortion comes. It's never easy for a third umpire. So the first thing is, how critical was this decision to the overall context of the series? Do you think India would have won it? My gut feel says India would have won it. India would have won this game, and definitely the chances are with the momentum. Momentum is a key. Don't forget, in any cricket, you need the momentum. Once you're in that habit of winning, you just go winning. But it's difficult to come back. So India had a good chance there. So I think India would have won. The mistake they made was they didn't call for all the tools. In this case, the hotspot. So what is the question about DRS? Can it be conclusive? Can it be the ultimate thing? Can it be the decision maker? I think it still has a lot to improve. Technology needs to improve. I believe it's work in progress. You can go into more details, pick on a lot of holes in the technology. I'm not going to do that here. I just want to focus on this decision. Mind you, what would have been the case if it was a World Cup final? What would have been the case? I don't want to be that third umpire then. I don't want to even be commentating then. Because you can sound very, very silly when you see things like this. So, I believe in the first place, India made a mistake not having hotspot, but I go with their decision of not trusting technology. Indians should be applauded for that strong decision they've taken, but of course they're now falling in line and going with it. So, Mr. ICC, you need to use up all the resources and ensure that the technology minimizes whatever mistake that is done in the middle. I know it cannot be eliminated, but it has to be minimal, not 10 or 15%. So that's what I'm hoping for cricket's sake, and I'm hoping that all the brains that are working behind it, the tech brains as they call it, would come up with solutions, and hopefully the DRS will be meaningful to everybody. So I like to finish on that note, and looking forward to more developments in DRS and hopefully less mistakes. Let me remind you, if you have comments or suggestions, comment below. And don't forget to subscribe, like and share.